Hello and welcome. You're watching NDTV 24/7. I'm Osama Shab. The big story that we are tracking at the top of this hour, Devendra Fadnavis was sworn in as the Chief Minister of Maharashtra at a grand event at Mumbai's Azad Maidan. Eknath, Shinde and Ajit Pawar, they were sworn in as the Deputy Chief Ministers. It was a maha show of strength by the BJP and its allies as Prime Minister Modi, Amit Shah, among others, they attended this ceremony.
This government will take every community together, and such government will always be beneficial for the state. We'll tackle all the challenges that will be ahead of us and go ahead successfully. I ask for your support, you as journalists as well. I wish that even you, and I hope that even you will be with us in this journey for development. And through you, I want to assure the 14 crore people of Maharashtra that this government will be speedy and transparent and will work for their goodwill. A cabinet meeting was held, and it is a tradition here in Maharashtra that after the oath-taking ceremony, the top leaders, that is the Chief Minister and the X number of Deputy Chief Ministers in this case too, visit the Mantralaya, where they all bow down to the picture of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, and then they hold a small cabinet meeting meant for only the leaders who've taken the oath. In that first meeting, assistance was provided to an ailing man from Pune for his bone marrow transplant, and through that the CM's office tried to make a statement about how this new government, about how the Mahayuti 2.0 government is aggressive towards helping people of all classes and in all the means, especially in the medical field. Now, talking about what Devendra Fadnavis tried to highlight in his first press conference, he was very particular about talking about the projects that have taken place in the last 5 years. He said that there have been a lot of developmental works which have started during the time of Eknath Shinde, and they were very fast, but it is his duty as the Chief Minister, as the new Chief Minister of the state, to make sure that they run at the same speed. He also did not forget to highlight the kind of equation that has been there between him, Ajit Pawar and Eknath Shinde, not just since 2022 or 23, but since 2014. And he stressed on the fact that although they have been holding different positions since last 10 years, but there is enough consensus between all of them to work for the betterment of the people.
देवेंद्र फडणवीस जी के मुख्यमंत्री पद के उन्होंने शपथ ली हुई है, उनका मैं अभिनंदन करता हूँ, तहे दिल से, हृदय से अभिनंदन करता हूँ। और ऐसे राज्य का मुख्यमंत्री बनने का मौका मेरे जैसे एक सर्वसामान्य किसान परिवार में से एकनाथ शिंदे को मिला। ये आदरणीय हिंदू हृदय सम्राट बाला साहेब ठाकरे जी का, धर्मवीर आनंदी साहब जी के आशीर्वाद से मिला। और मैं ये भी कहूँगा कि आदरणीय देश के लोकप्रिय प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी, इन्होंने भी हमें पूरा सहयोग किया। गृह मंत्री अमित भाई शाह जी, इन्होंने भी हर समय हमारे हर संकट में हमारे पीछे पूरी ताकत से खड़े रहे।
The BJP hit out at the Congress, alleging that the party was carrying forward US billionaire George Soros' agenda to destabilize India. Party MP Sambit Patra, he claimed that Congress leader Rahul Gandhi was joining hands with anti-national forces and called him a traitor. Patra's response came after a French newspaper published a report on 2nd of December titled "The Hidden Links Between a Giant of Investigative Journalism and the US Government," which alleged that Soros funded OCCRP. He claimed that there was a dangerous triangular nexus which was trying to destabilize India and named George Soros, OCCRP, a global media investigative agency funded by Soros' Open Society Foundation, and Rahul Gandhi.
जब से भारत श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में एक उभरती हुई सामरिक, आर्थिक और कूटनीतिक शक्ति बनकर उभरा है, तब से यह बहुत सहज रूप से देखा जाने लगा है, विशेषकर विगत 3 वर्षों से, जब से भारत को विकसित भारत बनाने का लक्ष्य रखा गया है, कि विदेश की बहुत सी ऐसी गतिविधियां हैं जो भारत की व्यवस्था के आर्थिक पक्ष, भारत की व्यवस्था के नैतिक पक्ष, सामाजिक पक्ष पर आक्रमण कर रही हैं।
एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है फ्रेंच का जिसने की एक रिपोर्ट निकाली है, उसने ये कहा है सर कि एक संस्था है OCCRP OCCRP, ऑर्गेनाइज्ड क्राइम एंड करप्शन प्रोजेक्ट, और उसके साथ GACC है और सोरेस फाउंडेशन, ये उसको मदद करता है। यूएस गवर्नमेंट और सोरेस फाउंडेशन OCCRP चलाता है। OCCRP का क्या काम है? भारत की पार्लियामेंट को कैसे बंधक बनाना, कैसे नहीं चलने देना, कैसे CA और RC पर
Mr. Nishikant Dubey made an outrageous statement in which he violated at least 3 clear rules of the parliament. Number 1, you cannot attack people in a defamatory manner. Number 2, you cannot take anyone's name without giving them notice in writing in advance. And number 3, you cannot assault the parliamentary privilege of an MP. He violated all those 3 rules and he was allowed to go on speaking and ranting for quite some time. So we objected to that. The House was initially adjourned. We went to see the Speaker and we said, look, this has to be expunged from the record. The person must apologize. You can't do this kind of thing. That has still not happened.
Before we talk about anything else, just to understand what is OCCRP, this Organized Crime and Corruption Reporting Project, which is termed OCCRP. It is a global network of investigative journalists that aims to expose organized crime and corruption worldwide. Now, this was founded in 2006 and has a staff on 6 continents and works with over 50 independent media across the world. Their mission is to investigate and report on corruption and organized crime, and they have had some significant success. But in fact, however, the OCCRP, it has also faced criticism and controversy. Now, a French newspaper, it has reportedly alleged that OCCRP poses as an independent, non-partisan organization, but it is actually funded by the US government agency, including US aid. The report also claims that OCCRP received $1.7 million in funding there. Now, what is the BJP claiming here? The BJP has raised concerns about the Organized Crime and Corruption Reporting Project's OCCRP funding sources, alleging that the organization, it has received covert funding from US aid. The OCCRP, it in fact withheld concealed funding from USAID and from public and the media. There is a network of journalists which is not possible without US government funding. This project allowed the partial branding waiver. Now, the waiver was allowed not to follow acknowledgement process. OCCRP, another big point here is that it cannot investigate US government. Now, let's try and understand the Soros connection here. The OCCRP, it has been linked to billionaire George Soros through funding from his Open Society foundations, as you mentioned. In addition to OSF, OCCRP also receives funding from Ford and Rockefeller Brothers Foundation. A grant of over $800,000 was provided by OSF to OCCRP for the purpose of strengthening cross-border reporting and increasing its impact. However, reports have surfaced that funds from Soros's OSF were used to establish ties with the Global Anti-Corruption Consortium, raising questions about organization's independence. Now, there have been multiple allegations here. Now, finally, what is the Congress connection here that we'll try and understand that the BJP is talking about? The BJP, in fact, has made some serious allegations here. It has made allegations against Rahul Gandhi, claiming he is in cahoots with international forces, including George Soros, US agencies, and the OCCRP. They have termed this alliance a dangerous triangle with the Gandhis. According to the BJP, the Congress party here used OCCRP reports to target the Indian government. For instance, in 2021, they allegedly used OCCRP reports to criticize the government over a $324 million deal for Covaxin that Brazil pulled out of. Among other things, the BJP also questioned why the OCCRP defended Rahul Gandhi in 2022 when he was facing legal scrutiny. In fact, the BJP's national spokesperson, Sambit Patra, has been vocal about these allegations, claiming that Rahul Gandhi is using OCCRP reports to defame the government and promote an anti-India agenda. It is worth noting that OCCRP has been accused of receiving fundings from Soros and US agency, which has raised questions about its independence and impartiality. And the sky over India's rocket port at Sriharikota was lit up as the Indian Space Research Organization's workhorse rocket, the PSLV, lifted off for its 61st flight. The PSLV has been tasked by ESA to launch a very special pair of satellites that will now simulate the total solar eclipse. NDTV science editor Pallab Bagla has more details.
In a milestone launch, India's Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle, on its 61st flight, launched a multi-million-dollar European space satellite into orbit. Exactly at 4:04 p.m., the skies above Sriharikota lit up when the workhorse rocket of India shooted towards space. The launch has been postponed by 24 hours on request by the European Space Agency since an anomaly was detected on the Proba 3 satellite. Chairman of ISRO, Dr. S. Somnath, said that we have given the European Space Agency a right and precise orbit. The Proba 3 satellite, made by the European Space Agency, is a very special satellite. It will, for the first time, show to the world formation flying in the vacuum of space. One has seen formation flying of aircrafts when they do their air acrobatics. But now to see for the first time 2 satellites perform formation flying in space is a first for the world. But why are they doing formation flying? The Proba 3 satellite is essentially a satellite for studying the sun. The 2 satellites together will create an artificial solar eclipse in space. The sun remains a mystery, and there are many secrets which are still unknown. Scientists want to understand the sun a lot more, and the Proba 3 mission will help decipher many mysteries of the sun.
A sea of toxic foam is making news in Hosur as chemicals-rich surplus water is being discharged into the river Tenpennai, raising concerns of its impact on health and groundwater. Sam Daniel has more report.
It's literally a sea of toxic foam on river Tenpennai in Hosur. The foam is proof of the chemicals in the surplus water released from the Kevarapalli Dam into Tamil Nadu's second longest river. And now it could pollute groundwater, water bodies and finally enter the Bay of Bengal. Authorities blame it on industries on the Karnataka-Tamil Nadu border, stealthily letting an effluence into the river amid heavy rains. Environmentalists are worried.
The aquatic life can be severely impacted. So all in all, it is a grave danger to both river quality, environmental conditions, aquatic life, and to others at wind if the humans consume such kind of toxic water.
Only in October, the toxic foam had become unmanageable. The froth built up to 5 feet on roads. Police had blocked the road, diverted traffic, even as fire and rescue service personnel worked to clear the massive accumulation. But Dinesh in Hosur, in Chennai, with Suresh, Sam Daniel, for NDTV.
Now, Pushpa, the Rule has been generating significant buzz at the box office even before its official release, and Thursday marked the highly anticipated day for the Pushpa fans. But an unfortunate tragedy struck on the same day. It was a day that Bhaskar, his wife Revati, and their 2 children had eagerly been waiting for. The Allu Arjun fans had their tickets booked for the premiere show of Pushpa, the Rule at Sandhya Theatre in Hyderabad. Actors Allu Arjun, Rashmika Mandhana, and music director Devi Prasad had arrived at the theatre to meet and greet the fans attending the premiere show. However, chaos erupted outside the theatre as the crowd tried to catch a glimpse of the star, and things quickly took a turn for the worse. The theatre's main gate collapsed under the overwhelming pressure of the crowd. The police tried to control the crowd with a lathi charge, but there was a stampede, which killed 35-year-old Revati and severely injured her 9-year-old son. Both were rushed to the hospital, but Revati was pronounced dead. Her son remains critical.
ఒక 48 అవర్స్ అయితే తెలుస్తుంది అది ఇది అని ఆ హాస్పిటల్లో మాట్లాడుతుంటే 2 o'clockకి ఆ మేడం పిలిచి ఇట్లా గాంధీలో ఉన్నారు మీ మిస్టర్కి ఇట్లా ఎక్స్ట్రా అయిపోయారని చెప్పారు. మీ బాబు
The filmmakers released a statement expressing grief over the accident. The statement said the filmmakers would stand by the family and extend all support. What was supposed to be a family movie night turned into a nightmare. Following this tragic incident, a case of negligence has been filed against Sandhya Theatre. NDTV Bureau Report.
In that complaint, the theatre management, actor Allu Arjun and his security team, security in charge, these people have been named accused. So this thing we have to identify through CCTV footage, through public statement. We have to identify who all are responsible in his security team, and yesterday who all were there, who pushed people and created this situation. Our deployment was there. There was no lapses on the part of the police.
Time for a very short break. More news and updates on the other side.